What's up everyone, Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics here with the Abmat Extreme, one of my favorite core developers that I've ever found on the market. So let me talk about this. This is a very important piece of equipment for my training. Just about all my clients, you can ask them, they all use it and they all love it. It's a lower back saver. Your lower lumbar spine is only meant to do so much flexion and extension in one lifetime. Well, if you're somebody like me who does a lot of core training and you're doing sit-ups, you're doing crunches, and you're doing that over and over and over, if you're doing that on a flat surface, you will notice a little discomfort in your lower back. And that is kind of the catch-22 with oftentimes when people have lower back problems is they have a weak core, but in order to develop and strengthen their core, they must do exercises that thus weaken their lower back, or rather irritate their lower back. And that's sort of the vicious cycle that some people get into, and that's why certain people never escape lower back pain, and it's because they can't strengthen their core without discomfort. This changes that. So essentially what I have here is two pieces of equipment that come together to form the Abmat Extreme. This would be closer to an Abmat. Now they make this kind of a product. You can get it without the little pad. It comes alone. You can wedge it under your back. You can do it on the ground just fine. Now here is where I chose to go with the more deluxe version of this product, and here is why. When I use this, this pad right here has a nice little groove for the bottom of my tailbone to go on. When I sit on this pad, when I tell you that you fit just perfectly right there, they knew what they were doing when they designed this. They knew people were gonna sit their butt here and the low back was gonna be here. This works as an important facet to the Abmat. This little mat, which can also be taken off and washed, that's a nice feature. It is incredibly beneficial for your tailbone, for your glutes, but also for the functionality of whatever movement you're doing. Using this by itself will oftentimes move or shift or escape the position you put it in if you don't have this cover on it and you're not sitting on this pad and keeping it in place. That's especially true if you're doing like elevated crunches on like an incline bench. If I'm using this, I'm gonna wanna sit on this so that it doesn't move. Now, let me demonstrate some stuff. So sprinter sit-ups are a very good exercise to demonstrate my point. As you can see, I'm sitting on the pad. It's right down here. This is the area that's on my butt. And then the actual arch is underneath my back, my low back, really my entire back is being supported by this thing. When I lay back, I can feel it up along my spine. So I am not overextending each time that I come back. So as I come up, if I was to do sprinter sit-ups, you'll notice there's a rotation involved. When I do this without the pad, this mat will shift. It will move a little bit left and a little bit right. And I have noticed that when I used older models, and it's why when I repurchased it, I went with the Abmat Extreme. Thank you so much to Abmat. You guys are awesome.